close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're trying to make the sound reach the ends of the universe. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind on God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya means I bow to the inner light. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. All beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for the knowledge that brings us relief from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Now, with that intention set, let's begin the practice. Come to standing. We'll start off with spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up, elbows higher than the shoulders, palms slightly turned upwards. As I count to 8, imagine you're drawing the best of the universe down into the heart, into the spiritual heart. Hold the breath and the attention there at the heart for a count of 6. On the exhale to the count of 8, just the breath leaves back out. Everything else that you pulled in stays in. Inhale down into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, feel like a magnet, pulling everything that you need in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart. Suspend the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, draw in the best of the best universe down into the heart. Holding it all in the heart. 4, 5, 6. Exhale, just the breath out. Everything else stays in. Bring the arms down now. We'll continue with some warm-ups to prepare the body. So, move the head in circles. Pretend now that you're the witness from here on in. Watch the body moving by itself. And then switch the direction of rotation. And the more you imagine watching the body, seeing the body move with grace and ease and steadiness, the more it will transpire in your movements. And now the left arm, circle it forward, loosen up the shoulder joints. And then circle backwards. Left arm, spin it forward. And then backwards. Take your feet a little bit further apart, toes beyond the edges of the mat. Right arm up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, feel as though you had weights attached to your fingers, pulling you down deeper. And coming up again. Stretch the whole right side of the body. Come up, try not to make too many folds in the left side. And then up again, and then bend. Come back, left arm up, go to the right. And up again. Use the breath to carry you nice and deep into long stretch. Inhale, exhale, go deeper. Inhale, allow the right hand just push its way down the leg, sinking. And then one last time, and then go deep. And return. Good. Now, breath of joy 8 times. First few movements done on an inhale. Last one, big exhale through the mouth. That's what it looks like. Let's join in. Make like a conductor. Last one. Just hang out here, allow the body to stop bouncing. And then roll your way up slowly. Good. From here, we're going to come into something called lion's breath. So coming into a squat, just go down as far as you can and just make your eyes go big and your mouth to hang out like a fierce lion face. Release some tension. Let's go. One more. Coming back up. Shake out the wrists as fast as you can. Fingers moving very, very rapidly. And then up and down, flapping the wings like a hummingbird. So you can't even see the wings, they're moving so fast. And release, allow the arms to drop by the body. And then start to move your shoulders, to twist the body. Moving faster. Faster and faster. So you're really shaking it up. And then start to slow it down. Arms feeling heavy, just lightly hitting the body. And coming back to stillness. Now raise your arms over the head. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up off the heels. Exhale, press back down, lift the toes. Inhale, push forward up and reach your toes, lift. Exhale, descend. And again, lift up. Keep the core muscles engaged to stay balanced. And forward and up and down. Lift the toes. Last time, inhale, press up and back down. And release, drop the arms down. Now come to the top of the mat. We'll continue with Surya Namaskara. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Close the eyes for a moment. Remember the intention of offering up the practice. For better than knowledge and better than practice is to renounce all the fruits of our efforts. Make this your divine duty towards all beings everywhere. Now let's move together as one, like a school of fish. Raise your arms up over the head. Fold down over the legs. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring your chest on the ground, on the thighs, your hands on the ground. Right foot back. Lower the knee down. Sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Lower the knees. Bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Child's pose. And glide forward between your arms. Lift the chest. Bring the head back. Arch the back. Come all the way back. Your seat behind the heels. And come forward. Again, this is just a warm-up. And then bring the seat back, come up again between your arms, lift your head, this time back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the belly down onto your thighs, your chest towards the ground. Now bring the right foot between the hands. If you need to, you lower the back knee. The foot doesn't make it all the way, just assist it forward with the right hand. Feet together, chest to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, hips forward, arms over the head, hands back to the heart. Reach up and back, go down gracefully, hands to the ground, left foot back into a lunge, sink deeply through the hips, come into plank, lower down again, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Smoothly glide forward, brush your nose to the ground as you come forward and up, and all the way back. 2 more times. Pull with the arms and allow your body to propel forward. And then come back. One last time. Slide forward gracefully up and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. Bow to the legs. Come up to standing. Reach up and back. Bring the hands back to the heart. And up again. Go down. Fold the body in half. Right foot back. Keep being like the witness, watching the body moving. Into plank, lower down. And glide forward between your arms. Into the cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps to the hands quietly. Make it so you're doing a dance. Link the moves together seamlessly. So the mind stays always in a calm, quiet, undisturbed state. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. You're moving away that doesn't distract the witness. And change the state of mind. Left foot back. Into the plank. Lower down. Ashtanga Namaskara, chest, forehead to the ground, and come forward and up into the cobra. Back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps. Feet together. Pull the body against the legs, head down. Come right up to standing. Return the Pranamasana. This add-on here. Reach the arms up, hips forward, stretch the whole front of the body. Come down gracefully. Now bend the knees, land the chest on your thighs, join hands behind the back. Inhale, keep pulling the head forward to lengthen the spine. Exhale, dive down, the head towards the ground, the arms over the head. Push the body back into the legs. Now release the hands beside your feet, beside your toes. Right knee comes down, left leg, right leg goes back. Arms over the head, Kapiyasana, reach the arms up, arch the back, and then coming back down into the high plank. Again, just move according to your condition. Come forward and up. And all the way back. Right foot steps forward. Lower the seat. Reach the arms up. And come down. Feet come together. Chest on your thighs once again. Join hands. Inhale, extend through the top of the head. Exhale, Uttanasana. Take a dive down. The forehead comes towards the shins. The seat comes up. And now release the hands. Bring them up over the head. And back to Pranamasana. One more like that. Arms up over the head. Go down. Chest on your thighs. Hands together behind the back. Extend through the top of the head. Exhale. Bring the head close to the ground as you can. Arms over the head. Hands down. On either side of the toes. Left foot back. Knee down. Reach up. Crescent moon. And right back down into plank. Lower. All the movements reflecting surrender, humility, grace. Bring the seat up and back. Left foot forward. Hips low. Arms over the head. Every movement, a gesture of offering. Feet together. Chest on your thighs. Inhale, extend to the top of the head. Exhale, bring the arms over the head. Dive down deeply. And then release. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. And another variation. Arms over the head. Come down. Now plant the hands, shift your weight forward, shoulders over the fingertips, press into your hands. And then just allow your toes to just glide back. Come into Chaturanga. Hovering just above the ground. If it's better, you can just walk back into your Chaturanga. Pull through into upward facing dog. So you can take your knees and your hips up off the ground. Now lengthen the front of the body by pushing the chest forward and head back. Make like you're howling at the moon. Try not to jam up the neck. Keep the neck long. Pushing down into the hands and pull the shoulders down and back. Now, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to just open up the shoulders a little bit more. Try to get your chest to come down. Flatten out the arms. Make like you're stretching your dog like a back, stretching your back like a dog. Some of you might be able to take your head down on the ground. You can rest it there if you like. Pull the chin in so you can stretch the back of the neck. And then lift up the heels, bend the knees to the hands. Spring forward. Bring your feet to the hands. Hopping or walking is acceptable, of course. Bring your body down against your legs. Come all the way up to standing. And return home. Reach up again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Come down gracefully. Watch the body moving. Inhale, come up, shoulders over the fingertips. Really push hard in the base of the fingers, finger pads, and heels through palms. And from here, feet only have to lift a little bit up so they can glide back. Chaturanga into upward facing dog. Stay here again. Make the chest as wide as possible. Stretch the whole front of the body. Make sure you don't hyperextend your joints here. And move back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Breathe in, pull the seat further up and back. Breathe out, melt the area behind the heart. Belly comes towards the thighs. Gesture of humbleness, the head down. And now lift the heels, bend the knees, look at the space between the hands. And bring your feet there, hopping or walking. Fold the body down onto the legs again. Come all the way up to standing, reach up and back. And hands back to the heart. Okay, one more. Reach the arms up over the head. Go down. Lift your head and chest. And just float back. Land lightly, come up into upward facing dog. Immediately back down into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bring the knees, bring the chest onto your thighs, and jump your feet forward or walk them forward. Pull the body in towards the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Salute. Bring the hands back to the heart. Pause here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue, let go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Good. Now let's continue. Reach the arms up over the head. Fold down over the legs. Bend the knees. You can take hold of your opposite elbows behind your knees. Push the chest towards the knees. As we try to get beyond the knees, exhale, use the body to push the legs further back. So you tilt your seat up so that you get more of a fold. Imagine trying to get your chest below the knees. If you have the legs straight, you can try to bring your forehead onto your shins. Step on your fingers with your heels if you like. Keep your knees bent if your body starts to creep away from the legs. And then from here, plant your hands, push into the ground. Again, walk or hop back into Chaturanga. From here, move into upward facing dog. If Cobra is better for you at this point, that's fine too. Move according to your condition. Bring your chest up, your head back, over your seat. Imagine you're howling at the moon like a dog. You try to represent the form as much as possible. Tap into its consciousness, into its qualities and virtues and characteristics. Back into downward facing dog. Your head down low, showing loyalty like a dog is loyal to its master. Now bring the left foot forward to the hands, back knee down. Inhale, come upright, exhale, sink the seat all the way forward, bring your hands to the seat. Pull down on the seat, lift the rib basket up. Drop the head back. Feel as though you're folding the back and half of the spine. And then from here, Kapiyasana, reach the arms up. Wiggle your shoulders. Keep the arms close to the ears. Try to keep your arms straight. Crescent moon shape. If you're more flexible, you can try to bring your right foot up. Bring your head back. Your foot might eventually reach the head. Chain pose. In this pose, you can bring your arms up in this variation. And then release here. Good. From here, we can come right into lizard. Move the left foot out a little bit more to the edge of the mat. Bend the toes under. Rock back and forth. Each pass, try to get your hips to come down lower and sink down through the seat. Good. Keep pushing through the toes, the roots of the heel. Keep the knee off the ground. And if you can, if your shoulder's below the line of the knee, you might be able to bring the right forearm down and then the left forearm. Creep the chest forward. If you're very flexible, you can bring your chest right on the ground, your thighs on the ground, but again, your legs engaged to the knees up off the ground. Modify according to your condition as always. Now from here, we're bringing the hand, coming back onto the hands, push back into plank. Lower down into Chaturanga or onto your belly, through into upward facing dog or cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in here, breathe out all fatigue. Sink the heart towards the ground. And then bring the right foot to the hands. Back knee down. Inhale, come upright. Drop the seat all the way forward so it's close to the front heel. Use your hands again to shape the lower part of the body, part of the back. Pull the tailbone down and under. And press the rib basket up away from the seat. No wrinkles in the skin underneath the hands. And from here, you can bring your arms up. Kapiyasana, hands in Kali Mudra. A gesture that sends out power, that represents power. Again, if you like, you can see if you can bring your back foot up. See if the toes will find the head. Imagine you squeezing socks behind the knees. Break the pose here. Hands down on the inside of the foot. Move the right foot out to the long edge of the mat. This is so the knee doesn't fall away from the shoulders. And then glide back and forth. Imagine you have weights in the hip pockets, pulling the body down. Feel heavy in the lower body. And then, if you can, roll to the left. Bring the left forearm down and roll to the right forearm down. You can rest your thigh on the ground, but keep pushing back through the left heel. Again, if you have the flexibility, bring your chest right down. Keep on creeping your chest forward, top of the head forward. Fix the gaze like a lizard that doesn't blink. Now, move your hands to where the elbows were. If your forearms on the ground, push into your hands, back into plank, lower down into Chaturanga or onto your belly, and up into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now the left foot steps forward to the hands. Back foot flat, Virabhadrasana 1. Reach the arms up high. Take your head behind the arms. Express complete devotion. Like a warrior. Be devoted to the people that they protect. Shoulders down. Exude confidence and determination and courage. Now release the hands, bring them behind the back. Shift your weight into the front foot. Drag the right foot in a little bit. You can either come into a flat position with your head and your leg level, sort of like a warrior 3 variation. Take your arms out to the side. Sometimes also balance. If you're more advanced, you can go into toppling tree. Interlace your fingers, open up the palms, bring the body down a little bit lower, but then lift the chest up. Good. Now from here, we're coming into another balanced pose. Push into your left foot to come up. If you can, keep your right leg up. Arms out to the side. Angel. Push your chest forward and up. Bring your head back. And imagine you're flying. Good. Now bring the right foot back down. Slide it back a little bit more. Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders down. Come into the consciousness of a warrior again. Long lines, strong disposition. Now from here we're going to move into a twist. Turn forward, you're on the ball of the back foot. Right arm up. And then take the elbow seat outside the thigh. Anchor the left leg in place with the armpits. You can take your hands in prayer. Inhale, push the chest towards the thumbs. Exhale, roll the left shoulder all the way back. If you need to, you can lower your knee down on the ground to help with the balance. Pull the left hip back, head forward, and then take your left shoulder back even more. Some of you might be able to take a bind here. Left arm wraps around the body. Join the hands underneath the belly. Or you can lock your fingers or take your left wrist in your right hand. You can take the knee up off the ground. Good. Now from here, release. Come back into warrior 2. Sink through the seat. Now take your hands behind the back. Prepare for humble warrior. Lift the chest, bring the hands down towards the ground, pull in the hands. And then we're going to come forward. Dive to the right a little bit so your shoulders doesn't get caught on the knee. It slips to the inside the knee. You see, you can get your forehead to the ground. Sink your seat a little bit so that you can get a little bit further down. Express humility in this pose. Now if you want to go further, some of you might be able to take it further. Take your left shoulder in behind the knee and reach across with the right hand to take hold of the ankle from the outside. And if you can, you pull the body in, tuck your chin in so that you press the back of the head against the foot. You might even get your head to the other side. And then you can join your hands again even if you're deep in the pose. If your hips are low, you can join your hands. A little more advanced variation of humble warrior. Good. And release. Take your head out from underneath. Two options to exit. If your shoulders behind the knee, lift the left leg up, push into your hands, back into plank. Otherwise, just slip your left foot back in line with the other one. Lower down. If you need to lower your knees first, all good. Into your cobra or upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Keep practicing according to your abilities and your condition. Don't go to the place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want to offer. Getting ready for warrior one again. On the right foot in front. Arms up over the head. And then coming forward, swing the arms either out to the side or behind, join the hands, slide the left foot in, keep strong through the right leg, come flat like you're lying on the table. If you want to go further, toppling tree. Bring your belly down onto your thigh, reach your arms over the head, lift the chest a little bit. Lift the left foot a little bit more. From here, press into the right foot, come upright. Take your arms up to the side if you need to bring your left toe to the ground. Go ahead. And then push your chest forward and up, get a sense of body flight, bring your head back. Good. Angel pose. Now from here, left foot comes down into warrior two. Sink through the seat, shoulders down. Exude the confidence of the warrior, the leadership. Make your way into Parivrtta Pashimottanasana now. Turn towards the front. Back heel is up, left arm up, and go to the outside of the leg. I'll do it this way so you can see another angle. So your armpits right against the knee, hands get at the heart. If your hands are by the shoulders, keep pushing the right hand and then the body will come up. You want to try to get your center chest in line with the thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back. If you need to drop the left knee down, go ahead. If you want to take a bind, all good too. Try to keep exploring your potential. Go to the edge each and every time. And then you continue to redefine your edge. Now getting ready to come back. Warrior two. Graceful transitions. Prepare for humble warrior. Join hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the head back. Exhale, go to the left so you can get your shoulder to the inside of the knee. If you need to modify, you bring your left knee down. If you want to go a little bit further, again, you take your right shoulder in behind the knee. You pull your left hand on the ankle, and then you bring your body back. Tuck your chin in, press the back of the head against the heel, or take it even to the other side of the foot. And then you can join your hands over your back, pull the arms up. Be mindful of your shoulders. Getting ready to break the pose, release the hands. If your shoulder is still behind the knee, bring the right leg forward over the arm perhaps. Push it into the hands and back into plank. or just come back into plank another way. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now you're raising your left leg up and back. Get nice and high. Let's go into downward facing scorpion here. Pull the heel in towards the seat and just allow the foot, imagine there's a weight attached to the foot, pull you to the right. Open up the left hip all the way, look underneath your left arm. Try to lengthen both sides of the side body. Then return, left leg up again, look between your hands. Pigeon pose. Pull the knee just in behind, close to the wrist, and then your thighs in line with the hip. Come up, hands on the seat. Imagine trying to get your elbows to meet behind your back. Bring your head back. Open up through the chest. Some of you advanced practitioners might be able to go into other variations like king pigeon. You can hold your foot, elbow close to the body. Bring the elbow back. Try to have it high in the shoulders so you can just bring it right up. And then you can plop your foot on the head if it's there. So just create images in your mind and try to realize with your body without any attachment to the expectations, any attachment to the outcome, I should say. Turn, if you're from king pigeon, come back, coming into prone pigeon. Make sure the hips are aligned, the left hip side of the seat grounded. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, creep forward onto your belly. Stay higher if you like, on your hands, on your forearms. Lots of different levels you can go. Anchor down through the seat. Again, express complete surrender. Getting ready to come back, hands down, come back into plank, lower down, either into Chaturanga or knees, chest, forehead to the ground. Come up into upward facing dog or cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up. And then start to open up the hip, pull the left shoulder down and through a little bit. Fold the heel in towards the seat. Look underneath the right arm. So you can drop the right foot closer to the ground behind your seat. Stay strong through the arms. And then release again. The right leg up and back, and then take the knee forward to the wrist. Okay, so I'll do it this way. Now, hands on the seat, pull down on the seat, push the hips, the heart up, bring the head back. Fold the back and half of the spine. Again, if you want to take your king pigeon for those advanced practitioners, you can bring the foot up, elbow comes into the body, and then keep the elbow back behind the shoulder. Lift it up, straight up. And then perhaps your foot will find a head. Lots of different variations you can do here. If you know them, go ahead. Release gracefully, and then prepare for prone pigeon. Lengthen through the front of the body and come forward. Make sure both sides of the hips are aligned, so one side of the body is not shorter than the other side. If you feel wrinkles appearing on either side of the body, especially the right side, pull the right hip back. Move according to condition. If you can only come up, down part way, that's okay. You can rest your forehead on your hands, maybe your stacked fists. ability to stay steady and still find your edge. Mind still has to work a little bit to find steadiness even in difficult situations. And then from here, press into your hands, slide your hands back. And into high plank, lower down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, pull the seat back, breathe out, sink. Lower the elbows down onto the ground. So we want to be a little bit closer in than the shoulders. And then from here, cross your thumbs over top of one another, spread the fingers, lift up the seat, lift the heels, walk your feet towards the elbows. And then lift one leg up, the left leg, let's say. Keep the heel close to the seat, and then bend the toes back, and then lift up off the heel of the other leg. So see if you can push into your forearms, maybe get buoyant. So push up through to your toes, and get a little bit of a bend in the knee. You might be able to take a few little light jumps. Don't ever go fast and hard, okay? So jump very lightly, or don't even leave the ground at all. And now let's try it on the other foot. Right foot up, close to the seat. The more compact your body is, a little bit more easier the body is to move when it's up. And stay up. It's easier to balance. So you want to look a little bit, be on your fingertips. And then eventually you might find a balance. If you can already do this, the forearm balance, then go ahead. I invite you to. All right, come back into your downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Vasisthasana. Move your left hand more to the center of the mat. Spin towards the right. Right arm up. Hips high. You can stay here or take other variations. You can slide your right toes back and turn your hips and chest up. If you're strong through the arm, don't collapse through the shoulder. You can take your right knee up, maybe even the foot, if you can get your leg fully extended. If you need to modify, you can bring your left knee down on the ground. And return, come back into either table or downward facing dog, depending where you're at. Go on the other side now. Right hand moves towards the left. Go towards, open up to the left. Reach up, keep your hips high, arc the body away from the ground. And make sure you don't drop into your shoulder, keep the arm fully extended. You want to go into wild thing? You slide your left toes back, hips and chest high. Like you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then take your knee up if you like, or your foot. Just watch your body moving. And return back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Getting ready to move your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. Land lightly. Let's stay down for a moment. Take your Uttanasana again. Pull the body close to the legs. Keep your knees bent or straight. Just do your best. Don't worry about the results. Keep offering what you can. What's most important is the effort. Come all the way up to standing. And then return hands to the heart. From the heart, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love for all beings. And release. Let's try a few balanced poses. A couple more anyways. So let's try eagle. Standing on your left foot first. Bring the right knee up as high as you can. And then press the leg against the side, the other one, bend your standing leg. Twist a little bit to the left. You might be able to hook your toes around the back leg. If they don't hook, don't worry about it. Just keep your leg hanging like this. And then from here, the left arm over top of the right. Intertwine the forearms, press the elbows forward, and then sink. Be steady, keep your gaze intense, just like an eagle's gaze. Then come up. So then bring the knee forward and then back. Tilt your body forward like you're doing Warrior 3 again, and take your arms out to the side. Press the palms out like an eagle. Open up the chest. Arch the back a little bit. Modify as you need to. Bring your hands down onto the ground, or keep your leg bent. It's all good. And then come back. Now let's try it on the other foot. We'll do it from the other ankle so you can see from the side. Standing firm on your right foot, lift the left leg up as high as you can go so that you can rest your leg on the top of the thigh. Twist to the right a little bit, hook the foot, turn your hips back forward, left arm over the right this time. And then sink down. Try to keep your shoulders, your back straight as much as possible and vertical. Keep your gaze steady. Concentrate on the form of an eagle. Then come up. Keep pushing into the right foot. Bring the left knee up. And then tilt forward. Bring the leg back. Bring your arms out to the side. And then open it up. Press the palms. Heels your palms out. Lift the chest. And then back. Breathe in. The arms by the sides. Breathe out. Good. Now I'm going to do one more. I've done other poses to prepare for this, to help us in this pose. So now let's place the hands on the seat. Bend your knees a little bit so your knees go beyond your toes. And then pull down on the seat. Push the chest up at the same time. Or roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. And if you can slide one hand at a time. Down the leg. Grip just below the knees. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you're more flexible, you can walk your hands further down onto the ankles maybe. If you can see the ground clearly and you know how to get into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can go ahead there. So if your head's closer to the ground and you can see the ground, then take one hand down and then the other hand. Those who are strong enough can come lift right back up. Otherwise, bring the one hand back onto the leg, push your hips forward, and then the other. And then walk your hands back up the legs, and then come back up. Bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale from the heart, space to the third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in your divinity. And release. So let's come down onto our knees now. Good. Let's do Sukha Gomukhasana. Keep on your heels. Actually, we're going to do another one. So we're going to work our shoulders a little bit. Take the arms up. And hold the opposite elbows. Inhale, lift the elbows up as high as you can. So you exhale, try to pull them back behind the head. Drop the shoulders down. And root firmly down, seat on the heels. Inhale, lift up again. Lift the lower back, straighten, exhale, pull the arms back, again, drop the shoulders. One more time, lift up, try to keep pressing your elbows as we're trying to get them to meet and back. Twist up over the head and forward again. Good. Now, headstand. Shilshasana. Same thing. With your forearms down on the ground, take hold of the elbows. If you can take hold of the elbows easily, they are the right distance. Interlace the fingers, place the head between the palms, and lift the seat. Walk your feet towards the elbows. You can do this against the wall, so imagine a wall is right in front of me. So you place one foot on the wall, and then you try to bring the other foot up. Eventually, it might end up looking like this. So one foot on the wall, your other leg back. Keep your legs bent again, so bring yourself closer to the wall if you need to. You just play off the wall. Eventually try to pull your toes away from the wall, and you keep pushing through the back foot. If your feet don't want to leave the ground, it's okay. Keep one foot on the ground and just work. Just lift your heel up, trying to, as you lift your heel, your hips come over your shoulders and your elbows a little bit more. Advanced practitioners, do what you want. Maybe you can come into a lotus. And then remain still. Leave the body alone. Bring your attention to the seat. A divine perception between the eyes. Training the mind to be quiet. Good. For those of you who want to, you can push into the forearms and see if you can lift your head up off the ground. So keep your core engaged. Push down into the forearms and see if you can lift your head up. Float it. You can split your legs if you like. Sometimes it's easier. And you just kind of tilt your head forward so you look towards your fingertips. And it's sometimes a little bit easier to come into the pose that way, while keeping a balance. Bring your head back down, and then lower out of the pose. Come into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. And roll back up, find your way onto your back. Let's just lie here for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Take this opportunity to recharge the body. Now shoulder stand. Bring your arms beside your body, the palms down, lift your legs up. And then keep pushing to your arms so your seat comes up off the ground. Keep pushing and pushing until your feet land beyond your head. Plow pose. And then join your hands together behind your back. Try to move your arms as far back behind your back as possible. Wrists together. Then take your hands onto your lower back. Raise one or both legs at a time. So then you might be able to find a better alignment with your toes over your chin. If you can get into lotus, go ahead. Take your lotus. If you need a modification, you can either come into tuck your knees to your forehead or just rest with your legs in the air over your hips and just sit on your hands. Your palms are facing down. If you're in lotus, ground on top of your shoulders, take your hands to your thighs if you can and push your knees higher than your hips. Now again, take your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Try to keep your attention there. When you have good concentration, this is an entryway into meditation. Unbroken concentration is essentially what meditation is. requires. Depending where you're at, if you're lotus, you come into embryo pose, bring your thighs against the body. If you can, you wrap your arms around the outside of the legs, join your hands underneath the seat. Otherwise, if your legs are straight, plow pose again. Or bring your thighs against the body and your knees on either side of the head, Karnapidasana. You can wrap your arms around the backs of the legs if you like there too. Keep watching the space between the eyebrows. Now from here, lower down onto your back again. Slowly, keep your legs close to the body as you roll back down. No fast, hard landings, no jerky movements. Use your core, use your arms, pressing into the ground so you can lower your legs down smoothly and gently. Once your feet are on the ground, breathe in, breathe out. So we have the option here of doing either fish pose, your hands underneath the seat, the conventional fish. Push the chest up, bring the head back so the top of the head's on the ground. You can do this. If you want to try a couch pose, bring your heels in close to the seat. And then lift the seat and then walk forward on your elbows and your shoulders until your elbows are right beside your heels. And then lift the seat so the seat lands on the heels. Hold on to the ankles, lift the head so that your knees can come down. Again, be mindful of your knees. And then bring the top of the head back down. If you want, you can take hold of the opposite elbows and bring them over your head to the ground, behind your head. Now, depending or regardless of which pose you're in, Bhastrika breath. And resume normal breathing. So you have an option here, Urdhva Dhanurasana or bridge pose. So if you're in fish, bring your feet in and bring your hands beside your head. If you're in couch pose like I am, you push into your hands and you might be able to lift right up into Urdhva Dhanurasana from there, since you're already on the roots of your toes. Okay, so direct it if you're coming up from the normal way, your feet come up the same way. Okay, your feet are just behind this, in front of the seat. Pushing your fingertips, slide your head back, turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the feet. Take a half breath in and lift your head up. If it's too much, you can do bridge. Shoulders and the head back of the head stay on the ground, and your hips come up. So go ahead, try your pose. This is bridge pose for those who need a modification. Right, so those of you who are more advanced and want to play with other variations of wheel pose, go ahead, or the upward facing bow. Stay up. Practice your endurance. Surrender to the pose. And then you'll be able to stay longer perhaps, because it's an offering. And make your way down slowly. Lie on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Now, going to try to work our hamstrings a little bit now. Slide your left foot in if you need to. Taking the right leg up. Bring the right knee on the shoulder, take hold of the ankle, and then pull the foot towards the head. Just bring your attention to those areas where you want to find release. that's where the prana will go. Send an intention of releasing, and that's what the vital force will work towards. You eventually straighten your left leg straight out. You're very flexible. You might be able to keep your legs straight and bring your foot right down on the ground. Just over your head and beside your head. Try not to get the right side of the body too short and wrinkled up. Keep long through both sides. Abilities. And from here, you bend your knee, half happy baby pose. Your heels over the knee, and then just slip to the right, just underneath the arm. If you can bring your right shoulder in front of the knee. Push with the back of the shoulder into the back of the knee. Push the knee up higher. If you need to, slide your left foot in. Thumbs. If you want to take your foot behind your head, you may do that. Advanced practitioners or flexible practitioners, lift your head up. Keep pushing to the back of the knee, and then pull your foot towards the left, and you might be able to get your foot behind your leg. If you know a full pose, you can go into full yoga sleeping yogi, both feet behind the head. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. If it's too much, of course, you stay in half happy baby pose. You can even put your foot out to the right, so you straighten your leg. And then coming back, release. Try it on the other side now, but first take a deep breath in. Exhale, remove all tension, all efforts, and any mental reaction to especially negative ones that arose. Let it go. Start with a clean slate, and then left knee comes up to the shoulder. Take hold of the ankle. Bring your right foot in if you like. Slide it in flat on the ground. And then pull on a foot, trying to get the leg straighter. And you extend your right leg if you can. If you're very flexible, you try to take your foot to the ground beside your head and over your head. Pushing up through the right heel. And then come into half happy baby pose. You allow the knee to just come underneath the arm. The foot comes over the heel comes over the knee. You can hold it there. You can take it out to the side, or you can take your shoulder in front of the knee and push into the back of the knee. Again, lift your shoulder up higher so the knee comes up higher, and this will get you in the right position to take your foot behind the head. Your knee's not obstructed. You raise your shoulders up off the mat, pull the foot towards the right, and then you may be able to get your leg behind the head. Again, ready to come back out. Release the left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms over the head. Come up to seated position. Roll onto your side if you like to come up, or just come straight to seated. Now let's do Pashimoto. We're going to raise the arms over the head and then come down onto the legs. The knees bent if you have tight hamstrings. Come forward, stretch the back of the body. You can hold underneath the legs, hug the legs to the body, or take hold of the feet And then slide forward. If you can get your legs flat on the ground without detaching the body from the legs, don't waste your time. As Dharma says, go right into the pose. Bring your attention to the base of the spine. Your attention might attract the blood to that area, and you might feel a nice throbbing sensation in the base of the spine. Now inhale, come back up. Karmasana. So we can either do it with a modified version where you slip your arms underneath your shins, take hold of the edges of the feet, and see if you can bring your forehead down to the ground. If you're more flexible, you bring your arms beside your hips. Your fingers are facing back, and then you slide your heels forward and you come down. The weight of the legs will get the body to come down. If your elbows are free, you might be able to join your hands over your back. Attention again, base of the spine. Imagine you're a great tortoise with this big round shell. Slow down the breathing. A tortoise has a very long breath cycle. As a result, it has a long life. And release. Gradually make your way back up. We'll do it this way as you can see. Hanamanasana. So we're prepared on our back, doing a pose that was very similar. Lean to the right, right hand down. See if you can swing your left leg back. Some of you are very flexible. You might be able to go right into Hanamanasana from here. Lots of other people, you might not be able, might have a little bit, might need a little bit more time. That's okay. Slide your heel in, bring your chest, your hips forward like you're doing an equestrian pose. Bend the toes under the back foot, keep upright, and just see if you can slide your heel forward. Push through the back toes at the same time so your hips don't staying square. It's easier actually if you move your foot yourself so that your foot is sliding on the ground as opposed to on the mat. Okay. Other variations or modifications, do lizard again. Slide the right foot in and work on trying to pull the hip forward and then slowly walk your foot forward, always in a mindful way. Okay. If you're all the way flat, go ahead, try variations. Bring arms up, express or embody all the characteristics of Hanuman: loyalty and courage, devotion. And release. Roll to the right, lean to the right, left leg comes forward. Roll to the left, left leg goes back. Bend your knee, be careful, move in a way that's mindful. And then move into the pose. If you're almost all the way down, you can place a block underneath your thigh. Practice staying upright. So, then you can take your arms up if you're flat down, or even if you are not all the way down, really engage your legs. That's why it's helpful to have a block underneath if you're not all the way down underneath your thigh. Reach up. And release. Move both hands to the inside, swing your left leg back. Take a moment to rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shalabhasana. Arms behind your back. Join your hands. Lift your chest. And lift your thighs up off the mat. Try to keep your legs straight. Make it so you're trying to reach for your ankles. The whole body is active. Engage the buttocks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your heels up. Take hold of the ankles. If you have trouble with this one, you can roll onto one side. And just stay with the right side pressing to the ground. And push push the hands into the ankles. Pull the ankles away from the seat. So it looks like you're doing this like camel pose, but on your side. Okay, if you feel comfortable, take a half breath in and lift up. Try to get your thighs up off the mat. Pull on the legs. Try to get your toes higher than the head. If you're more flexible, hold closer to the knees. Or do the full pose. Try to get your legs straighter. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. If you did it on your side, you roll to the other side. You want to try the full pose. You either take a strap, or if you use a strap and pull the arms over the head to hold the strap, or if you have good shoulder mobility, take one foot up, take the toes, lift the leg up as high as you need to so the elbow's higher than the shoulder. And then again, you bring your elbow forward and you do the same thing on the other side. It's a little bit easier when you want to have one foot up. Make sure your elbow's higher than the shoulder so you don't hurt your shoulder. And then you push your feet into the hands and then come up again. Do the normal bow, of course, if this is not accessible. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Now come up to seated. Going to make our way to Ardha Matsyendrasana. Seated twist, left leg folded in, knee in front of the body and heel on the outside of the right hip, and the left foot across the other side. If you can't get both sides of the seat down, just extend your left leg and move your foot out a little bit further towards your right toes are closer to the ankle, like halfway. The foot's halfway between your knee and your foot. And the right arm behind the back, lift the left arm up, press the forearm against the outer right thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right. Doing a full pose. Looks like this. Other variations, if you know binds, go ahead. Lift the lower back. And get tall on the inhale. Twist deeper on the exhale. Always mindfully. Twist bit by bit, each breath. Break the pose. Try it on the other side now. Right arm up. Go to the outside. Push the knee far away from the abdomen. Try to free the abdomen. And you can take a bind if you like behind your back. Try to get your chin over the back shoulder. And return. So let's find our way into a comfortable seat. We'll do a little bit of pranayama before we settle down for Shavasana. Okay, so we'll just do Nadi Shodhana, no breath retention, just alternate nostril breathing in through the left, close both sides of the nose, out through the right, in through the right, close both sides of the nose for a moment, exhale through the left. As you're doing this, you're inhaling, you're visualizing the inhaling, the breath moving down towards the root of the body. Exhale. Feel the breath or watch the breath moving back up. Right? So you're just trying to watch the movement of the breath through the whole process. So let's try to find that visualization now. Sit tall. For the Pranayama mudra, you fold the second and third fingers down, turn the palm towards you, thumb for the right nostril, controlled, right ring finger for the left nostril, left hand in Yana mudra, second finger and thumb connected on the left knee. So prepare, bring the right hand close to the nose, prepare, breathe out completely empty the lungs. And then take the right thumb to the right nostril to close it. Inhale left, down. Close left, exhale right, come up. Inhale down again through the right. Close right, exhale left. Feel the breath and watch the breath moving back up. Inhale left, down. Exhale right, up. Keep watching the breath moving. Inhale down, right. Exhale left, back up. Inhale down, left. Close left, exhale right. Back up. Inhale right, down. Close right, exhale left, up. Continue on your own. Keep watching the movement of the breath. Pretend you're the witness, watching it all. Keep observing the sensations in the body, the mind reactions, and the mental, emotional reactions as well. No judgment, no concern. You may lengthen your breath cycles if you like. Keep them even duration on both the inhale and exhale. Conclude next time you breathe out through your left nostril. once you have completed, lie on your back for Shavasana. Ease your way down, move gently. Now try to remain absolutely still. Keep the mind, however, present. We're just going to concentrate on just relaxing the body to make it as receptive as possible to all the incoming gifts. Just take your attention to your left side first, your left hand, and just feel as you inhale from your left fingertips up through the left arm. And the exhale, just allow all the tension to just drop away from the arm. Release all the muscles, feel it just becoming heavy and limp. And then the right arm, starting at the hand, send an inhale up the right side just to draw awareness, and then exhale, just let all the tension go out of the arm. Feel it drop, all the tensions out of the body, out of the arm. Now the left leg now, starting at the left foot, inhale up the whole length of the leg. As you exhale, whatever tension resides there, whatever tightness, let it all go. Allow the leg to just become heavy. And the right side now, the right foot, inhale up the whole length of the leg. And as you go back down to the right foot, all the tension releases from the muscles, the leg. Right leg also becomes heavy. So now the arms and legs completely dead-like. And the torso. Take a nice deep breath in, fill your whole body with air. Exhale. Imagine the air just taking out all the tension out of the torso. Feel the shoulder blades sink. Feel the organs themselves getting heavy, so they were filled with water or fluid, and they become heavy and not even able to really sustain their operation. Just barely enough to keep the body alive. Maybe a couple more times. Inhale. Fill the whole cavity, the torso up. Exhale. Imagine all the tension leaving with the breath. Feel everything just sag from its own weight. One more time. Inhale. Into all areas of the torso, into the organs. Exhale. Drop all the tension out, and just the heaviness remains. The body goes limp. The head as well, feeling it heavy on the mat as it rests on the mat. Just ensure that all the muscles of the face are relaxed. No frown lines in the forehead, no straining in the eyes, no tightening of the muscles around the eyes, no tightening of the jaw. Relax. The mouth, the tongue is just lying in its bed. The teeth are neither clenching nor grinding, just set comfortably. Same with the lips, they're just in a soft smile. So the whole jaw is relaxed, the neck and the throat calm and relaxed. The brain as well now. Now that it doesn't have to worry about the body. The body's already in such a lifeless state. The mind has not much to occupy itself with, so it goes quiet as well. Just watch the body there in its stillness. And as it is very heavy, it just continues to sink down and down into the earth until it's eventually swallowed up by the earth. Out of mind, out of consciousness. You are, after all, not the body. You are not even the mind nor the emotions either. You are the witness, the seer of all. And like the witness who's not actively in the scene, the witness can remain calm, impartial, undisturbed, unfazed. So try to keep in a mindset of observing. It's just the body doing those actions. It's just the mind's reactions. It's just the emotions. Have no judgment, have no concern, but recognize that whatever experience we're passing through teaches us something, gives us a little bit more knowledge that we need. And every bit of knowledge helps us to break those patterns that cause pain and suffering. So embrace all experiences, for they are all perfectly orchestrated to help us grow and to spiritually become more correct bit by bit. Now, repeat in your mind 3 times the following sentence to further ingrain it in your mind and heart. I remain receptive and accepting of all experiences and circumstances. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to the body once again, and prepare to come out of Shavasana in a way that is gentle, reverent, mindful. Do so quietly so as not to take away from any of the tranquility that we created through the practice. So move back into a seated position once you're ready, and sit tall and supreme once you arrive. The most important thing to remember is that at the foundation of the practice are the ethical rules. First and foremost, compassion, ahimsa. If you remember to do good and be good at all times, and to be in observance of that compassion, just trying to act in a way that doesn't incur pain or suffering to any being, this will bring about favorable circumstances for you as well. make it easier for you to stay on your path when you're always in that place of contentment and accepting the circumstances when you do maybe fall short of that. Everything is perfect. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you next weekend. See you soon.